Hi everybody, my name is Sashko, and again I am with Razom for Ukraine and Nova Ukraine, and we are so excited and delighted that we get to chat with the artists of this year's Eurovision 2025 in Basel in Switzerland. And I have the absolute pleasure to be here in person with a tall drink of water. Adonxs, hi.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, thank you for being with us. How is Basel? How is everything treating you here?
Everything just feels very comfortable. I've said it a couple times already. The whole team is really making sure that, there's enough time for everything. We had our second rehearsal today. Yeah, so far everything is going very smooth. Also, the sun is coming out, which is great because I only brought, let's say, a summer looks, not really a winter looks here. So I can't wait to wear all of those. And yeah, there's a lot of extra program going on in between the rehearsals when we are exploring the city and when we're going to go also outside of Basel. So I'm looking for that too. And we have the red carpet ahead in just 2 days. So
we're so excited for that. Let's talk about your song, Kiss Kiss Goodbye.
Yes.
Walk me through the process of the creation of the song. What does it mean to you? I'm sure you've been having this conversation, but
yes.
Folks that are watching in the United States, I'm sure, want to know too.
Yes, so while I was writing the song, I already knew that I will be applying for Eurovision, so I had somewhere in the back of my mind, okay, whatever I write, let's have a sprinkle of Eurovision. But this time I already had a couple songs written, so there was maybe less pressure on myself, I need a Eurovision entry song. And it was a session in London that I just organized spontaneously with my former band members, my former friends from London, songwriters. And we were just in the room trying to write something that we enjoy at that very moment and we like. And every time I write, I immediately imagine myself performing the song. So that is a very important part for me. How do I feel with the song on stage, and how do I want people listening to it to feel, and what is the energy exchange when the song is being played? And we started with, a little 70s guitar influence, little he shot me down, bang, bang, I kissed the ground. A little bit of Orville Peck, a little bit of all of this. And that's where it all started. So we obviously tuned into a little bit of this maybe. I don't think it's now in the final product, but that was the root of it, into a little westerny sound, which is the guitar at the beginning. And we're writing it as a sort of duel. So imagine, at that time we were exaggerating, but we were imagining obviously two very queer cowboys facing each other. And then we just stick with the duel concept, but translated it to something else, or it can be metaphorically translated to lots of different things. It can be a duel with yourself, it can be a duel with a parent, romantic relationship, anything really, something that you're dealing with. So that was the core of it. And that's where the line, only one survives when the night arrives, will it be my ride or die? Very Western influence in that, but ultimately saying okay, now I'm making a decision whether I'm standing for myself or it dragged me around. So yeah, that's
was the song always in its current iteration, or did it go through a few rewrites before you got to the final?
It did. It definitely developed. So everyone is asking this, was the dance break there from the start? Yes, it was. Well, it was more of
that's very cool.
It was more of an instrumental placeholder, let's put it that way. So I wouldn't say it was a danceable dance break. It was more of an experimental instrumental break. We wanted something okay, we have this little Western or 70s influence. Let's try something, let's bring something more contemporary. And the first, I'm going to call it instrumental break, was more on the Sophie electronic side. So it was a little different. And it was also in 3/4 time signature. So it was still in a little bit of a floaty waltz feel. So that's why it wasn't really danceable. And we were really experimenting with the thought okay, it's not very common in pop music to change the tempo and change time signature within the song. are we able to do it? Are we able to achieve it the way that it's not too abrupt, it doesn't disturb the listener? And that was probably the biggest challenge, to actually like fluently fly into the 4/4, stay there, and the question was like, are we staying till the end of the song, or are we coming back to the 3/4? And yeah, at the end we were like, no, let's close the circle, we're coming back to 3/4. And that was definitely the part of the song that undergo the most changes, really. And instrumentation, because maybe I'm talking forever now.
No, no. Oh my God. It's so interesting to dissect,
Yeah.
music, especially when you have 3 minutes to showcase yourself.
Exactly.
It's such a cool thing to see what you as an artist decided to put into your art.
And that's the thing, like, the moment we finished the song, finished the first demo, we were like, we like it, but I think they already heard the other demos that I had for Eurovision.
Got it.
And they were like, they themselves, instead of pushing the song to be part of the Eurovision, they were like, no, we think you have better songs in the shelf.
Yeah.
And then we slept, then we woke up next morning, the producer sent us like updated version. And I think one of the writers has it on the phone, which is, I was on the way to the airport, and we just played it, and then I just stopped on the door. I was like, okay, I'm not flying. I'm rebooking the flight. We're finishing the song. It has something that the other songs don't have. Let's dive into it. And clearly that was an Xfactor that also worked with the international jury and Czech jury.
So let's talk about this.
And we are here.
Yeah, let's talk about that moment. Let's have the flashback to you finding out you're going to be representing Czechia on an international level. What was going through your mind in that moment?
I didn't know they're going to announce it, because they tricked me into a different interview. So they wanted like a very spontaneous answer or like reaction. And they made it through a different platform, so they didn't do it through the national television. They did it through more commercial platform, and that platform invited me over for an interview, out of blue. Yeah. Which was strange, because I know the platform, but again, I was in the moment like, I cannot tell you anything anyway, because like I've signed the NDA, and like what I'm gonna plug in anyway, like I can't push songs, I can't say. So I canceled the interview. I was like, can we do it maybe like January or February?
No!
Because I was like, and they started to freak out. Wait, and because I told them like I have a lot of exciting things that I cannot share at this point, and they're like, sure, let's do one in January, but they had to come up with something else. They're like, oh, we're doing this poll. It's gonna be like very short. Just come for like. It's like, okay, let's do a quick poll. Well, it wasn't a quick poll. It was a regular interview, which is very lovely but strange, because they knew that I cannot talk about stuff, and they purposely were asking, and
they put you on the spot
and checking how I'm answering, and I was just like going around like, and then halfway through they told me, and what public saw was the interview from that moment, so they did not see the fun that they had with me before. But yeah, I mean, obviously I was out of the roof, and it was something I really wanted to experience and try. And Eurovision, I don't think there's any other platform like Eurovision, or you can't compare it to anything else out there. It feels very special. It feels very privileged as well to be one of the 37 people who is like, representing. It is a little music Olympics for me, and I'm here for it. So I was very happy. I informed all the songwriters immediately, my parents, and and I knew like, okay, this is me for next half a year at least.
There's a fandom around you, right? That they love the song and they're following,
and even the Czech and Slovak Eurovision fans, because I did mention Eurovision a couple times in interviews being like an option for me to apply. I never really specified like when. I was just like, when I would like to. So when that actually happened, they definitely appreciated it and supported it in a big way.
Beautiful. Let's talk about your style, because baby, you got it. Right? There's so much style, and on stage, off stage, You're serving looks everywhere. That's why we're excited for the turquoise carpet.
Yes, there's a lot of joy in it for me, so that's why, I guess. And also, I'm the lucky one with the. So I will brag. I am the sample size.
Wow.
no. The thing is like
it was a great interview. Yes.
A lot of local designers, even in Czech and Slovakia, like they don't need to change much, so I can like wear it straight from the runway, which is perfect.
Cool.
There's not like a lot of hustle with it, and I love to collab with them and link with them. And we have a lot of outfits that are also from Czech and Slovak designers.
So I also want to get into something a little deeper because I know for a fact that you were part of a fundraiser for Ukrainians.
Yes.
And so, first of all, from the bottom of our hearts, from all Ukrainians, thank you so much for doing that, for stepping outside of. It means a lot.
I'm not in a position to be thanked. Like it's something like very natural.
But
so.
we do thank for you for doing that. And then what was the thing that made you want to do something like that? And help.
As I said, it's very natural. Like I guess people need to help other people in need, and obviously this was exactly the position where there was injustice on your side, and we needed to mobilize and help. And I remember very much being in Prague, and then I saw like people really being mobilized and adding everything they could at that very moment, which was, I don't want to say the word beautiful in a side, but like it's nice to see people helping other people. Yes, of course, although we wish it wasn't needed really. Yeah, so I guess it's very a human thing to do.
Thank you for doing that human thing, Adonxs. Seriously, we appreciate it. International jury. A part of it was Jerry Heil.
Yes.
I know you have a special relationship with
Yeah,
her
we even
now.
met here. 2 days ago, she went to say hi to Ziferblat,
Yes.
and we met here randomly in the hall. We met also in Prague when she was performing on her European tour. And we met for a little brunch to discuss everything, also the gossip, obviously. Mainly her Eurovision journey and like what came for her after and how she's doing, and I saw the show as well, and she's an incredible performer. And I saw her also at London's pre-party, and she will be performing at Eurovision as an interval act as well.
Yeah.
I know exactly what she's doing, but I'm not going to spoil that.
It's a secret.
And yeah, I'm really glad to see her do well and to find her audience.
Thank you so much for giving the time for us to chat.
Yes.
The last thing I have is a little gift.
Oh, I'm so gifted.
It's a
no, like I was given so many gifts already. I didn't mean it like I'm so gifted. No. Oh
but you are very gifted. No,
I would not say that. Okay, yeah.
No,
Thank you
you
so
are.
much.
I will say it. I will say it. If you won't, I'll say it. But this is a little package, letters from Ukraine. We can open it up, and inside, this came from Ukraine. This is a one-of-a-kind
It's like a
scarf
folk pattern.
that was printed just for Eurovision. So obviously with the bird of prey motif,
of course.
we have to bring it up.
Yes,
but
I love your song.
With all your style, we wanted to give you something else too.
Thank you so much. And this is perfect, even here, like this, showing up.
Stylish.
But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I love it. Thank you so much.
Of course. There's a few other things.
The color palette is amazing.
These are Ukrainian flowers that you can plant this little postcard and you'll grow flowers out of it. I know it's.
Does it work though? Do you
yes,
know?
yeah, no.
It works? Okay.
We live in a crazy world where you can plant flowers out of postcards these days. And this was a print that was made just for Eurovision, but on the back, you have a story of a teenager in Ukraine who is changing her village around and doing some beautiful things. So you'll get to read it and find out more about Lilia.
Amazing.
Thank you. Everything is here
and
for
then
you.
we have everything here, 12 points.
Yeah, little
everything.
stickers. Yeah.
I saw the little clip of Ziferblat from the second rehearsal, and I really like the thing that it's giving me NeverEnding Story.
Oh my gosh,
it's also with the little blurry filter on it. I really like it.
I think it's full of hope and full of wonder, and that's exactly what we need right now. So, Again, thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
the time to chat with us.
Pack this back.
Thank you, and we will see you soon. Maybe
Yes.
in New York City, maybe in San Francisco.
I would love to be booked for Pride maybe in New York. Let's go.
Universe. You heard it here, folks. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.